Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willow Bound Journals. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a journaler, journal maker and teacher of journaling courses, and in this video I'm continuing our Daphne's Diary series where I'm showing you guys how I make some Daphne's Diary journals from my favourite magazine. So I've shown how I made the cover and then chose my feature pages from the magazine itself, and then in the previous video in the series I showed how I cut the pages and fold them. And then in this video, I'm going to show you how I prepare my blank pages. So these are my writing pages. And basically what I do, it's a very simple formula for my Daphne's Diary journals because I simply alternate. I go magazine feature page, blank page, feature page, blank page, feature page, blank page. I do break that pattern up a little bit here and there if there is for example, Daphne's Diary pages that are more suited to writing on, or if there's a blank page on the other side of one of the Daphne's Diary pages, then I might break up that pattern. And when you add smaller pages, that also breaks up the pattern here and there. But overall, as a guide, as a rule of thumb, very simple, just alternating feature page, writing page, feature page, writing page. And I love that the colours of the magazine are just so beautiful, and I like to pair that up with coloured pages in the journal. So that's why I use blue and purple and pink and green and yellow. And I won't necessarily use all of the colours for each journal, but I'll look at the cover, and the cover always tells me what colours to put in the journal. So not only for my writing pages, but even for my feature pages, that will help me determine what colours to choose, which pages should go in it. So this journal has lots of pink on the cover, a little bit of blue, like a grey blue, and because there's lots of florals and garden images in Daphne's Diary magazines, I tend to put green pages in all of them just because that can complement the gardening photos or the botanical photos or images in the magazine. And then, so for this one I chose purple, blue, pink and green, I think. In the other one I chose some more yellow, and I don't think I did pink because the cover had some reds, oranges, yellows, those kind of tones on it. And so I didn't want to have the reds and that colour side of the spectrum clash with the pink. Like sometimes it can work, and of course a junk journal you can do whatever you want. But just to make them a bit different and unique, these two journals, I wanted to take inspiration from the cover and have them slightly different to each other in terms of the in terms of the writing pages. Look at Luna's little paw. She's just saying hello to you guys. For those who don't know, Luna is the new cat that the family I live with got. She's a kitten actually, and so she's got little paws, little white paws. She's currently asleep on my desk right now while I'm filming this video. So she's quite like Keanu. Keanu will often make appearances and sleep on my desk as well, so that's quite cute. Anyway, so this journal is pretty easy to do because I just fold the pages mostly in half, trim off a little bit of excess, but there's no trimming necessary needed for the top or bottom of the page because it's such a large size journal. The height is just right for an A4 size sheet of paper to fold and leave it intact as it is. Now this one is the smaller journal, and so what I'm going to do here is fold the pages in half lengthways because that fits nicely inside the cover that way. Of course I will have to cut these ones down to fit inside the journal, so what I ended up doing was I could have just cut them in half, and I was tempted to do that originally, but in the end I went for that variety. So I cut them, measured them to size using my ruler and a grey lead, And what that did, it gave me a longer piece and a shorter piece, and I used both those pieces for the journal. So that gives you a bit of variety of different size pages. I could have done that for the other journal, but I just wanted to maximize the writing space, so I just kept the pages full size, and why not? Make it as simple as possible. And so this one though, I make use of the whole page, and the offcut, I don't get rid of that. I actually use that in the journal, so that worked really well. And like I said, I'm using the same coloured papers. I'm just going to swap out the pink for some yellow to match the yellow on the cover. People sometimes ask me where I get my papers from. These particular ones I get from either the local stationery shop where I live or the cheap shop. And some people ask, what's the cheap shop? It's, I guess in America it's what you call like a dollar store. In Australia it's the reject shop, but it's one of those random ones, cheap shops. They're all around in Australia, and they're all different names. So the one that's local to us is called Prices Plus. There's also one there's a town called Cannonvale that is about an hour away from us, so sometimes we go down there, and their version of the cheap shop is called Dollars and Cents. So I just generically call them cheap shop. So I don't, because some people are like, what, is that the name of the shop? Cheap shop? Like, oh no. It's just a generic chain of shops. They can all be called different things. And I just refer to it as the local cheap shop, because there's obviously other cheap shops around that have different names. So they come in packs of 5, as in there's 5 colours in the pack. You get 100 pages in the pack, and then 5 colours in it. So that's pretty good value. At the local stationery shop, they have packs made up of 25 pages in pink or 50 pages in green, and so every now and then when I run out of these pages, I'll go back up there and stock up on different coloured papers. They're always handy to have. And I, even in my vintage journals where I use coffee dye paper and cream coloured papers, I will still often use coloured papers with it too. If it's a vintage blue journal, for example, I'll use my coffee dye papers and some blue paper. And I just love that variety, and just give you some ideas that you don't have to just use coloured, you don't have to just use coffee dye. Do a mix of everything, even white paper. I think white paper is wonderful to journal on. I don't know if any other people are fans of just white paper in a journal, but for me, a white page makes me feel like I can bring my own creativity to it. There's no limits to it because there's no colour determining what I need to put on it. I can just put any colour I want on that page because it's blank white. So I really enjoy journaling on blank white pages. So hopefully in the future I will do more blank white page journals, because that's the type of journal I like, and I want to create the journals that I personally use, the journals that I personally prefer using, and prefer the ones that I like anyway. So I'd love to be able to share the ones that I like with you guys too. But I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And journal your life, because your stories matter. A big special thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in February. Thank you so much. I could not do this without you. It really means the absolute world to me. And if you would like to become one of my patrons supporting my channel and Willow Bound Journals, you can do that. The link is down below in the description box. That's where you get access to more videos, behind the scenes looks, personal updates, first access to my journals, printables. If you're a Ruby patron or higher, you get every single digital kit from my Etsy, plus one new one every month. And you can also look in the description box below for links to my Instagram, Facebook group, journal courses that I run, and all the details are down there. If you'd like to contact me, you can do that with my email down below as well. And may you journal your life, because your stories matter.